Hi Aries, this is Crystal with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do your August reading. Can't believe I'm saying August already. I should not have hesitated. I had to think about that really hard. But here we go. We are going to be doing your August reading, general. I'm going to come back with basically a 14-day reading. Every 2 weeks you'll be getting a reading for sure. So that's what we're doing for now. Without further ado, here we go. Aries, what is in store for Aries for the month of August 2021? 2021 for August? Thank you. I'm taking them as I jump, guys. You know how I do. I have Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. That's actually really, really deep. So we have the Unbound. I should know how to pronounce this, but I don't. Mintakun, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. And in fact, I was just talking to someone about this. This very thing, just feeling like we're longing for home, like we don't belong here, we have a better place for us. I'm so sorry about my dog, Coco. You just can't stay out of trouble no matter what. So maybe some of you guys are feeling like you're releasing old patterns, and you are indeed breaking them. Whether they're this life, past life, doesn't make a difference. Even soul contracts. Yeah, contracts. And so the things that we're releasing, I feel like they're hanging on by thin thread for you guys, Aries, because that's what we're reading for. And there's a deep feeling of like, I don't belong. I'm longing for home. I don't belong with people around me. They just don't get me. I feel like maybe even relationships, jobs, situationships, partnerships are hanging on by a thread. And that's not to say that like you're being threatened with, you know, work letting you go or anything like that, but it's like you just really don't feel like you're not feeling it anymore, Aries. So we have to figure out what's going on here. And I'm not really surprised considering like everything that's going on in the world, basically imploding. I feel like a lot of us are just hanging on for dear life by a thread to everything that's familiar, everything that's known, because everything is changing, right? The third card that came out, Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. So perhaps, Aries, this is you. And maybe you love to dance. Maybe you have this desire when you were a child maybe to be a ballerina or whatever the case may be. Maybe you used to enjoy like letting go and dancing even in the shower where nobody could see you, whatever the case may be. I feel like dancing, because the card tells me, is going to really help move that energy. But I also want you to notice, like, check out, they're in the desert. I mean, there's nothing going on here, and these figures are dancing. They're just with wild abandon. They don't care who sees, what's going on, anything like that. They're just really enjoying themselves. So I feel like that's going to really help move things around for you, help you look with a different perspective, also help you put yourself in a place of joy, okay? Rather than feeling like I have to release all of this stuff because nobody gets me, and that may be true, but releasing that old stuck energy, and believe me, I'm feeling it too, is going to be really healthy for you as well, okay? So what else do we have? Aries, my friends. Aries for the month of August. What is this about? Longing for home and soul contracts. And I keep getting the moon. The moon is like, I feel like things are like partially revealed to you, more to come. And maybe that's why you're feeling so unsettled, okay? Just with the current events, the lockdowns. Oh, we're not locked down. Wear a mask. Oh, don't wear a mask. All the ridiculousness and the circus of what's going on right now. So I feel like you are making a judgment regarding your personal power. And this makes absolutely this brings it all together right there. We could just end your story for the month of August. You're making a decision. You are looking at all the facts, everything that you were given, even though things are cloudy perhaps. I feel like you know how they say you want to throw in the towel or the waving the white flag of surrender, whatever. I feel like you are being called to a higher purpose, I feel like you don't agree with people around you. Maybe people around you don't agree with you, and it's causing a big rift, separation. Perhaps you're like divided over the subject matter of vaccines, which is really the tip of the iceberg, you guys. And I feel like you know that deep inside. This is not about vaxxed or unvaxxed necessarily. It is definitely, I feel like it's something a lot deeper, okay? So this is about your personal power, about your own opinions, about your own judgment, maybe dividing you against friend, family, even uniting you with foes or who you thought were foes before. And I'm getting that due to the moon right here. So let's see what else we can glean from these cards, okay? For the month of August, that's like really deep. I feel like you have a lot of emotion, not stuffed up or built up, but if you look at this card, there's a lot of emotion and there's nowhere for that emotion to go. It's an ocean of emotion, Aries. And maybe that's what your reading should be called. If you look, I mean, this is an incredibly beautiful card, but it's also one that this mermaid is just like solitary. They have nowhere else to call home. And it's almost like they're just overlooking and longing for something different, okay? So I feel like that could put you in a situation, you know, of reflection, of great reflection. And you could feel very much alone. Aries, what else do we have going on? You know what, before I forget, can you please hit that button, do like, share, comment, subscribe. All of that juiciness for me. I would really appreciate it. Moving on. Aries, for the month of August. What else do we have? What else do we have for August? I'm taking these two cards. We've got the Queen of Water. Queen of Water is about getting in touch with your intuition. Not necessarily like, I feel like you're hitting that point where you feel something's going on. Or you feel, I hear Phil Collins. Okay, I will not sing to you. I will spare you, and you should thank me for that. But, oh my gosh, I don't even know what the song is called. I Can Feel It Coming in the Air at Night, something like that. Okay, Phil Collins, guys. You guys who are fans should know what that is. I don't know what it's technically called, pardon me. Also, I was going to tell you, if you happen to see me with some weird stuff going on, I am not shape-shifting, I promise you. It is the filter. So the Queen of Water, you could be listening to your intuition, your gut instinct, your own guidance, okay? I feel like it could even be a mom. Some of you younger people could be a mom that has a lot of her own intuition, or his own, just a lot of feminine energy, okay? But I feel like if you're looking to develop your psychic abilities, to even tap into, like, let's keep it simple, not even psychic abilities, tapping into what's going on now, tapping into Mother Nature, tapping into the cosmos, into the world at large. I feel like if you just close your eyes and really open up your ears, that's going to help you to achieve more of a balance. It's going to help you cut through all the bullshit. It's going to help you balance your personal freedom, give you back your personal power, in a sense of like, this is who I really am, and I'm not discombobulated any longer. So I really like that for you. And then you have a new beginning, okay? Some of you guys could be pregnant, about to have a child. If you're not looking at wanting to have a kid, then be careful. Okay, because this could be about a child, but this could also be about a child who you currently have, a child that's very smart, very slow to speak, taking everything in. And so that is connected to your reading in August. So perhaps you're just very intuitive, and a father figure or somebody who is super intellectual, could be a little bit sharp with their words, can't cut through the quick, and it is regarding a child for some of you. And maybe that's why you need to make a judgment call. Are we going to, do the vaccinations? Are we not going to do vaccinations? All of that wonderful stuff. Are we believing the narrative? Are we doing our own research? Are we looking into, the patents of what is in the vaccines? Whatever the case may be, and whatever spectrum you're on, that could be of a big concern, and especially with our children, okay? Moving on. What else do we have? Sorry to slam my cards like that. For Aries, what do we have for Aries right now for the month of August? August 2021. Clarification about these unbinding, the releasing of soul patterns, the contracts, the old soul patterns, past lives, the Three of Wands. Okay, you've been waiting for a while. You've been waiting to release these contracts. So maybe it's a contract of how you have sat in the world thus far, okay? Because we have a lot of like changes coming up here. People don't really understand, necessarily get you, and you're in a little bit of a stagnant energy. And I'm just going to say Three of Wands is all about, hey, you know what? I've been waiting. I'm still waiting. Let's get it going. Let's get it popping. I want to get moving. Some of you guys want to move. Some of you guys are like waiting to see who else has my fire. Who else is like frustrated and wanting to get a move on things and wanting to continue living their life and make decisions about their own world. So maybe that's what this is about. I don't know. Only you know. Maybe some of you are looking around saying, okay, we've been waiting patiently, and yet the rest of you guys aren't getting your shots, and it's all your fault, and you know, I don't know where you fall on that spectrum, and I'm just telling you what I see. You're breaking old contracts and old narratives that have defined you thus far. Hope that made sense. Three of Wands. Whoa, hi. That was cool. So we've got the King of Cups. We did have the Queen of Cups in the other deck. Now we've got the King of Cups literally popping up for you. Aries, so this is just a lot of emotion. You could be, you know what's interesting is like we address mostly like the 7 chakras. And now we're just right here, right before the 3rd chakra on this card. And he's submerged in water. And we keep getting that water element, that feeling of like, I'm stuck, I'm submerged, I have so much emotion. Maybe you're not expressing it. Maybe you're not sharing with people how emotional you feel about current events, or how emotional you feel about not being understood, or being on the opposite side of current events, if you will, okay? I don't know your life, but that's what I'm getting so far. What else do we have going on, please, for Aries? Our fiery, gorgeous Aries. Seems like you guys are in your feelings a little bit. And can I relate? Yeah. Okay, major change. Major change. We've got death here. It doesn't have to be a physical death, but it definitely is a death of perhaps a way of life, the way you've thought about things, the way you've allowed. Oh. I'm so sorry, you guys. Go. Go. The way that you've been perceived in the world, the way that you've presented yourself even, the way that you've allowed others to perceive you. There's a lot of things that can go with these contracts. The way people treat you, okay? Your silence is another form of agreement, and I've learned that the hard way. So perhaps that is of some value to you. Now, I'm going to tell you that there's going to be a part of you in August that looks at things and notices that it's going to have to die, change, evolve, radically change. And it's almost like somebody gets their hand caught in a cookie jar. I'm sorry, let me get rid of this because that was distracting. So somebody with a red hand here gets caught doing something they shouldn't. Hopefully it's not you. And it's going to cause a chain reaction. It's going to cause you to think differently about these people. Perhaps you've got partner, family, whatever, and you discover that they're talking differently about you than really what you thought, that they're really not part of you any longer. But there's a big division within yourself. And a large part of you is going to have to undergo a major transformation and change. Coco, go away. Thank you. I'm sorry. I can't focus if he's squeaking all the while, and you guys don't want to hear it either. I know. I love him. He gets a ton of attention, so please don't give me any hate. I'm always one in trouble. Here we go. What else do we have going on? The number 13, it reduces to number 4. It's about stability. The 4 corners of your home. How you sustain yourself. I feel like Also, the feeling I get is of like a moth, almost like Silence of the Lambs, that kind of a moth. A big, big change, all right? Let me tell you something. Aries, with this change right here, this major death card, you've been hypnotized. I'm just going to say how I call it. I'm going to say how I see it, okay? So with this card, this tells me that you've been under some form of hypnosis and that things are going to get better. You feel like, in a lot of ways, I think that this is you waking up to reality of what's going on around you, feeling like you're going around in circles. Things are going to be changing. It's going to affect your stability. Absolutely, Aries. And it's going to do it for the better, okay? There's no fear here. I'm just going to tell you. You're just going to wake up and see, you know what, maybe that isn't exactly true. Maybe TV is a lot of propaganda. Maybe I've been allowed to be led because that's what I believe was true, and it got handed from parent to parent, parent to child, whatever the case may be. But perhaps you're going to start questioning everything around you a lot more, and maybe you're already in that energy. So I feel like there is a great awakening here for you. The number 10 reduces to number 1. And I love that for you, Aries, because this is about new beginnings. We need a new beginning, and I'm rooting for you. Now, coming with a new beginning, woo, a ton of energy on my right side. And I'm just going to tell you, this is about you doing. You're going to have to do this. And what this is Eight of Cups, walking away from something that you've like really invested a lot of time, money, energy, blood, sweat, and tears. I think about, look at all this electrical storm, and somewhere I read yesterday, outside of the fact that they can use the weather and weaponize it, I was reading yesterday how, I think it was Dubai, how they can put little electrical shocks to promote rain, because they go through incredible droughts and whatnot. So I'm feeling like a lot of us could be looking up to the skies, up to the heavens, and kind of walking away from the narrative that we have been given, okay? Some of you guys could be experiencing some floods. Also, some people perhaps leaving their homes just to get away from the floods. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. That does not pertain to everybody, so please take it as it resonates. What else do we have here? For Aries, please. Aries for the month of August. Ace of Hazards. So we're going to undergo a new beginning. We need this new beginning desperately. I'm not talking desperate, but desperately. New beginning. Things starting to grow in a way that we never thought it would, okay? I feel like it'll have a lot of grace, a lot of beauty to it. Okay, I have to tell you, one thing that this does remind me of, it reminds me of how we recently got the okay to go ahead and boil and reduce bodies down and use it as pesticide over the land. I'm just telling you what this reminds me of a little bit. How to, we can grow things with it. So I know that's not going to resonate for everybody, and that might be offensive for some of you that don't really even want to talk about things like that. And trust me, I don't want to talk about things like that, but I'm going to tell you what I get. Aries, what else do we have here? Eight of Cups, walking away. I see walking away from something. Let's look and see, what are we walking away from, please? Aries, what exactly are they walking away from? The King of Water. Maybe somebody who's too emotional for you. Maybe walking away from being emotional, having emotional situations, or letting your emotions overrule how you think. That's one possibility. What is Aries walking away from for the month of August? Walking away from being a fool, from being carefree, from allowing other people maybe to think for you. That's another possibility. From taking a chance and being like, oh, you know, it'll all work out. So I feel like there is some like heaviness with that. It's almost like a loss of innocence of like, I trusted the media, I trusted our congressman, I trusted the political people, and it turned out that they did not have my best interest at heart, whatever the case may be. If this is you, great. If it is not, keep it moving. Yep, those are the contracts that you're burning. And good for you. These are the contracts that you are going to look at one by one by one. If they serve you, great. If they do not serve you, Aries, you're going to burn them. You're burning them. You're going to be done with that entire idea. Another thing that I'm feeling for you guys is that people that don't show up for you, Aries, you are no longer going to accept that. I feel like these are people in contracts that have been around for so long, like just those first cards talk to us about. And you're sick of it. You're done with the waiting. You're done with how things have been, and you're not having it anymore. Okay? So let us take a look at romance. Let's do partnered, married, situationship, relationship, whatever you want to call it. Hi there. Oh, wow. Okay. True love. This is a romance of a lifetime. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. You guys saw it just jumped out of my deck. I didn't pre-plan anything. So that's actually really, really cool. So perhaps you're thinking like the person that you're with currently, this is really it for me. Aries is like, you know what? I'm all in. Let's go all in. Put all the chips in. We're done. But there is an element of needing to free yourself because you are the freaking unicorn, Aries. I mean, who doesn't love the fiery Aries? I love them. I love you guys. It's time to take control over your life and take it back. Now, I've never noticed this before, but this unicorn is actually collared, which I think is kind of very telling, and they're fenced in. So perhaps you're saying, you know what? This is a great partnership. I love my partnership. I love my partner. But I need some freedom to be the unicorn that I always have been. I'm always going to return, and I'm my partner's partner, my partner's person, whatever. But I need some amount of freedom. Maybe you're feeling a little bit restricted. Maybe your partner is riddled with fear by current events. I don't know. That's a possibility, okay? So perhaps these are things that you're going to be talking over with your significant other. All right. Calm down. What else do we have? Aries, for those that are not even in a partnership, they're not dating. Aries who has nothing going on. Absolutely no love. Insight. Aries, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay? Look at that. And of course, I go to that old school, Lisa, let me be the one. Let me be the one. Okay, you know I don't sing, sorry. But you've already met the romantic partner that you seek. And I feel like it is a great connection. I feel like they treat you with respect. Oh, okay. It is safe for you to love. And then I have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So maybe you're going to be disconnecting from all social media, from television, from the news, all of that stuff, to be with your loved one. This could be just somebody who treats you with a lot of respect. You've gone on 1 or 2 dates with. You've been flirty. This could be somebody that you dated a while ago. It doesn't have to be super recent. And just know it is safe for you to love again. So maybe you put up these walls. And yet, this night here, it says, open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all, the frequency of love. Okay, so if you want a partnership, I would recommend that you do a little bit of color therapy, look at pink, which I associate with love, and I just kind of focus on the color, and literally I inhale the color. But I've not been doing my personal work as far as love goes. So if you want love, I would suggest doing that. You know, once a day would be great, just to keep it in the forefront and remind spirit of what you want and be focused, but totally up to you. Just an idea. So, last messages for our singles. Come on. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Really? Well, I don't think you're going to be single for long unless you want to. Okay? Yeah, you have a lot of anxiety. 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords. A lot of anxiety, a lot of thoughts about that. If there's nobody in the vicinity right now, kind of like talking to you, asking you out, whatever, I think that you're going to feel anxiety when that does come up for you. Not if, but when. Okay? So with that, I will let you go. Aries, thank you so much for your time.